Bonani. My name is MaZwane, coming from KZN originally. I am the founder of Imbizo, Shisanyama, and the CEO. I also founded the entire subsector of Shisanyama in food and beverage. And with Imbizo, I started Imbizo in 1997, soon after democratic government was elected. A plethora of opportunities after the democratically elected government. So people around the street were trying to check and find out how best can they use the opportunity now that we got political freedom. And as for MaZwane, the opportunity I saw was to open Shisanyama in the street corner of Ivory Park in Gauteng, in a container which is 6 meters by 2. And with a single pot. There is that famous pot that many people, when they go to Busy Corner, they see that pot is hanging there. We used to make pap and not more than 10 portions. It used to last the whole day. But what made me think of Shisanyama out of all businesses, I wanted something where we can celebrate our African culture and identity, where we can embrace our heritage, where we can embrace our African cuisine. And I saw the demand at the time, but at that time it was more to do with actually just selling food and be able to make ends meet. As time goes, I started to package it. I realized that, when we moved to the famous Busy Corner from Ivory Park, and there were beautiful cars that were coming, in fact exotic cars that were coming to the township in Ebony Park. And when they were parked there, I could see and trying to think, how can we keep the people longer, And then I noticed that, maybe I need to start a car wash. And starting a car wash was not only based on me making a profit, but I had looked around and I saw many young boys that were around the street. And I got those boys, to come and work at the car wash and actually empower them, got the car wash to be theirs. I just remember that one guy specifically, his name was Small, very short. He ended up buying kachibane, that's what we call it, but these small cars that small taxis that pick up people in the township, we call them kachibane in Gauteng. And I was very impressed with him. It actually talks to MaZwane from the values of me coming from KZN, and what Imbizo is built on Ubuntu. When you can't just have the loaf of bread, when you can have half and get others share that half. So as time goes, it grew. So in Imbizo Shisanyama, I got an opportunity to be able to empower other people, specifically women and youth. And how I empowered them through making sure that some of the products that I could have, sold and made profits out of them, but we got them to women. We got them to do chakalaka salsa, tumbling. I had to show them how to do that because I believed that, I was operating amongst the community. So it's important to also empower them. But as I was packaging it, when I was talking about the car wash, we also saw an opportunity to put the saloons as well, so that it becomes one stop. When one comes, when you want to keep them, like you see, Shisanyama all over South Africa now, when you see Shisanyama, there's going to be a car wash, there's going to be a hair and beauty salon. But when I came up with that concept 25 years ago, for me it was more to make sure that when one comes in bride meet, it's not just an hour and gets into his or her car and then leaves. I wanted to create something more like an experience, more like a vibe, an African lifestyle and culture sort of, where people are sitting around the fire and they are telling stories. Because if you look at Imbizo, what Imbizo is exactly, it's when people are gathered together. And from the rural areas, it used to be a chief that will call people and they will sit under the tree, and maybe a cow has been slaughtered. So this is the culture that I wanted to package, put together, and at some point be able, to export it, and because I would see other countries in South Africa, like Italian dishes, we eat and we enjoy them. As someone who was once a waitress myself and working in a Greek restaurant, I would see them breaking plates. And for me, it then sort of made me understand that once they were selling food, but they were also, showcasing their culture to South African community, which is something we want to do as well. It must go beyond African borders, after commercializing it. On that, and I was looking at the fact that what is it that I wanted to achieve with starting this business? Why am I here 25 years later? Why did we even open this around us where I am seated, at Imbizo, at the mall of Tembisa? Why did I even come to the mall? It is because the dream, the ultimate dream is to be able to take this brand finally to places like New York. When we've increased the footprints in South Africa, when we've taken beyond South African borders, and because we needed to do that, for me, it was important that it be attractive to the developers. The brand must be attractive to the developers. Exactly what happened at the mall. In the middle of the pandemic, we opened Shisanyama here, and this is something that it's easy to package and it's easy to replicate. Even though we've got another one which is at mid-range, that is a smaller version of this. But with this one at the mid-range, at Mall of Tembisa, it is the epitome of the experience. It is the ultimate expression of the African experience. Hence, it's got 3 floors and it has got also the rooftop. Why in Gauteng? Why do I like Shisanyama so much in Gauteng in particular? Because Gauteng is a melting pot for cultural diversity. People come from all over the world, and they have that longing for home. And Imbizo Shisanyama is more a product that when you take it to Ghana, you take it to any other country, it's easy to get there and you understand their culture, and then you package it according to that, and people get to enjoy it. So in Gauteng, more than anything, what I found fascinating is that even if it's on the 24th of September, which is Heritage Day, you get people dressed in such different attires, and you see that honestly, you make even umkomboti here, and when they drink it, you can just see the pride of being an African. So I would love to see it, increasing more footprints, first in this province and then take it to other provinces in South Africa. It is rich in history. Imbizo Shisanyama, of course, 25 years, in this business, and like I said, having packaged it, the patience, that I had, because I knew that it's the legacy that we want to leave. One of my daughters, who started, where is Coco? Please come. Who started working for Imbizo when she was about 8 years old, Yeah, she was more like working in the kitchen. From the kitchen, she went to waitress. Carry on, girl.
I went to the tellers, became a waiter, I did a floor manager, now I'm a customer liaison.
Yes, and she did marketing and PR. And of course, she also was inspired and motivated by her mother starting the business and wanting to be part of the business. I become so proud when I see young people that want to take from our footsteps, but not all of them that I'm going to be able to reach. Hence, I wrote a book, Conquering Poverty of the Mind, because what I wanted to teach young people, and in fact, what I continue to teach them, when they ask me to speak to them, or corporate companies, do ask me to go for inspirational talks and motivational talks, I do say to them, you win the battle in the mind or you lose in the mind, like I did myself, when I left KZN with nothing coming here. Young executives that also come and speak to MaZwane to say, how do you make it in business? What it takes to become an entrepreneur, the kind of resilience that is needed. I share all that with them, I do tell them that the face of success has to change. At this day and age, even the language needs to change. In fact, money speaks, all languages, and money knows no color. All they need is just hard work. So to Jackie, I am so humbled by the fact that you approached me to say, let's talk about growing your brand and see how best I can be helped by JCCI and other stakeholders that would like to be involved. Yeah, thank you.